I ruined my best friend's wedding. And the worst part? I did it on purpose. Not because I hated her, not because I thought she was marrying the wrong guy, but because I was still in love with her. Yeah, this is the part where you probably think I'm a terrible person, and maybe I am. But before you judge me completely, I want you to hear the whole story. Because sometimes the truth isn't simple. Sometimes it's ugly, selfish, and confusing all at once. I'm 31 now. When this happened, I was 26. Her name's Emily, my best friend since middle school. We met when we were 12. She was the girl who sat next to me in science class, the one who made fun of my terrible drawing of a frog. From that day, we were inseparable. We did everything together. Sleepovers, first crushes, late-night phone calls where we whispered until our parents yelled at us to hang up. She was like my other half. People used to joke that we were attached at the hip. But here's the thing I never told her. At some point, my feelings stopped being just friendship. I didn't even realize it at first. Or maybe I did, but I shoved it so far down, it felt safer to pretend it wasn't there. I grew up in a small town, and being different wasn't exactly something you wanted to advertise. So I told myself it was just admiration, just closeness. Until the night she kissed me. We were 19. It was the summer after our first year of college, and we were in her parents' basement. The air smelled like popcorn and nail polish remover. We were sprawled across the couch watching movies, passing a cheap bottle of vodka back and forth like it was treasure. She leaned in to whisper a joke, and suddenly her lips brushed mine. It wasn't long, maybe 3 seconds, but it was real. My heart nearly exploded out of my chest. Then she pulled back, laughed nervously, and muttered, "God, I'm drunk." We never talked about it again. But for me, those 3 seconds lit a fire I couldn't put out. Fast forward a few years. Emily met David at a work event. He was nice enough. Tall, polite, the kind of guy moms adore. And I hated him instantly. Not because he was mean, not because he treated her badly, but because he wasn't me. Every time he held her hand, every time she called him babe, I felt like someone was twisting a knife in my chest. The night she told me he proposed, I was lying on my bed scrolling through my phone. She called, crying and laughing at the same time, showing me the ring. I plastered on a smile, told her how happy I was for her. And then I hung up the call and sobbed until I couldn't breathe. From then on, my brain became a battlefield. Be supportive, I told myself. She's your best friend. Be happy for her. But then another voice whispered, what if she still feels something for you? What if she's just scared? What if she's making the biggest mistake of her life? It was torture. I kept replaying tiny moments over the years, clinging to them like proof. The way she once held my hand a little too long at a party. The time she said, I don't know what I'd do without you. The way she looked at me that night in the basement. Were those signs? Or just me twisting normal friendship into something else? I don't know, but I convinced myself it meant something. The weeks leading to the wedding felt like a countdown to my own funeral. I went with her to pick out flowers. I helped her address invitations. I even sat with her while she cried about whether her dress made her look too boring. And every moment I wanted to scream, don't do this. Don't marry him. Please. Choose me instead. But I stayed silent. I smiled. I told her she was beautiful, that everything was perfect. And inside, I was crumbling. The morning of her wedding, I looked at myself in the mirror. My hair was done, my makeup flawless, the dress hugging my body in all the right places. On the outside, I looked like a bridesmaid ready to celebrate her best friend. Inside, I was drowning. I stood next to her in the bridal suite, watching her adjust her veil. She looked radiant, and she kept saying how nervous she was, how scared she felt. And all I could think was, this is it. This is my chance. If I don't tell her now, I'll regret it forever. During the reception, after too many glasses of champagne, I pulled her aside. The music was blasting. Guests were laughing, dancing, celebrating. And there I was, heart pounding out of my chest, dropping a bomb. I can't let you do this, I blurted. My voice cracked. My hands shook. I love you. I've loved you for years. She froze. Her bouquet slipped slightly in her hand. For a split second, I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd say it back. But she didn't. Her face went pale. She whispered, "Why are you telling me this now?" And then she started crying. David noticed. Guests turned. The music didn't stop, but the room tilted. People whispered. And just like that, I'd ruined her wedding. She didn't speak to me for months. Her family called me manipulative, toxic. David told me never to contact them again. And honestly, I couldn't even blame him. But here's the part I can't shake. When I told her I loved her, she didn't say she didn't feel the same. She just said, "Why now?" Those two words haunt me. If you've made it this far, I want to ask you something. Would you have stayed quiet? Just watched her marry him and swallowed the pain? Or would you have done what I did? Blown it all up just to finally tell the truth? Because I still don't know if I was brave or just selfish. It's been 2 years. Emily and David are still married. They post pictures, vacations, anniversaries, date nights. From the outside, it looks perfect, but our friendship? Dead. Sometimes I scroll through old photos, us in stupid Halloween costumes, us laughing until soda came out our noses, and I want to scream at myself, why couldn't you just let her be happy? But then another part of me whispers, because you loved her. Because part of you still does. It wasn't just losing Emily. I lost our entire circle of friends. People picked sides. Some stopped answering my texts. Others told me to get help. Even my mom said, "You can't just ruin someone's wedding because you're heartbroken." But she didn't see the years of silent longing. She didn't feel the ache I carried every day. So tell me, am I the villain in this story? Or was I just finally honest? Seriously, leave a comment because I swear I've replayed that night 1,000 times and I still don't know if I'd do it differently. Last month, out of nowhere, Emily texted me. It wasn't long, just one line. Sometimes I think about that night, and sometimes I wonder what would have happened if you'd told me sooner. That's it. That's all she wrote. But now I can't stop wondering too. So, yeah, I ruined my best friend's wedding because I was still in love with her. And maybe the worst part isn't that I ruined it. Maybe the worst part is knowing she might have loved me back. If I'd been brave enough years earlier,